it's your boy Ross.
And it's your girl Anastazia.
And today we coming at y'all with a story time about
when I gave birth and the days leading up pretty much to when I gave birth. So, anyways, a couple days before I gave birth. Okay, so hold on. First, rewind. Her due date was March 23rd, but we had Kenza on March 21st.
Yeah.
So 2 days before that, or a week before that, my parents have flew in and they were visiting.
And she thought she wanted to have the baby on time for her parents to be here.
And pretty much, they had me walking almost the whole day everywhere. Just walking. No matter what. And my feet were so swollen like elephant feet. You know they were full. And all the way up my calves. Anyway, so we were walking, and the day of, which was the 20th, the morning of the 20th, started actually at midnight. So the 19th at midnight. So the 20th, yeah, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I started having sharp pains, but I just brushed it off because I was like, okay, I have been having Braxton Hicks contractions, so I think that's just what it is. So anyways, that day, me and my parents were supposed to go hiking while he was working. Yeah. And we went to go buy some stuff, and all of a sudden I started having sharp contractions throughout the morning, the afternoon and stuff. And I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna go into labor today. And this was the full moon, right? The day of the full moon, that new full moon.
The blood moon or something?
No, it was like a sparkle moon or something like that. Yeah. It was like a rare full moon.
And all the women were going crazy over this moon because everybody was pregnant.
The whole labor and delivery was giving birth. Like, it was full.
Why'd you say everybody was pregnant? Everybody was pregnant. Boy.
Everybody in there, what he meant, everybody in there was giving birth.
Yeah. So many women.
Yeah.
It wasn't that much room for us either,
So, anyways, that day, it was like 1 o'clock. Or no.
No, during lunch. During lunch. Yeah, 11.
He was going to Wingstop with his friend.
Yeah, to get fries.
And I told him, I said, so I'm going to need you to, I called him and said, I'm going to need Alvarado to bring you home after you get done eating.
Yeah, because I had my car.
Because I think that I'm going to go into labor.
Yeah, and I was like, man, and me and somebody were talking, we were like, it can't be that serious. They ain't going to the hospital yet. Cause I was like, I was expecting her to go to the hospital. I said, y'all go ahead. And I get an Uber to the hospital.
But I didn't want it like that. I was like, you know what? Even though my contractions were 3 to 4 minutes apart and they were strong, like really strong, I was like, I'm going to wait because I want him to go with us because I don't want him to have to get an Uber. But the thing is, my dad said that he thinks that, he's like, no, you'll know when you're going into labor. I was like, well, I think I'm going into labor. And the thing is, I didn't think I was going to go into labor, honestly, because a couple of days before that, we went to the hospital, and I thought I was going into labor, and I was only 1 centimeter. So, anyways, turn around, he gets home, and I was like, I was trying not to laugh, because he was laughing, and he's like, oh, what's up?
Yeah, I'm so happy. I was happy, man. So, when I get happy, I get excited.
So, we all get in the car, got our bags, he drives to the hospital. Get there, go inside, and they checked me and they said, okay, you're 3 centimeters, but we normally don't admit people till they're 4 because they were so busy that they don't, limited space. But
when they see her contraction kept going up and up, they let her go in.
So they didn't tell me that we were gonna get admitted and we were gonna go into that.
Oh yeah, the other nurse lady.
The nurse walked in. Yeah, she walked in with a needle. She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna put your IV in, and I looked at her like. We were both confused, like, what? She what?
What?
No, I said we were looking at her confused when she was about to give me the needle, the IV. She's like, wait, they didn't tell you that you guys are getting admitted? I was like, no. So, then of course I was about to cry.
And she was scared at the same time.
And then, because I was scared as hell. I thought I was ready.
No. No. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
The time comes and I was scared. So after that, we walk back, grab my parents, and
because she wanted her parents to be with her.
I was scared.
Little kid.
So anyways, then once we get back and they get the IV going, my contractions started getting. They were 1 to 3 minutes apart for a few hours. But I wasn't dilating anymore.
And then they told her, Man, we can send you home if you don't want to get on with it.
Oh, if I didn't want to get Pitocin, like to speed up the contractions. So yeah, they told me, well, if you don't get it, then there's no point for you being here, so we can send you home and you can deal with the contractions till you get dilated more.
And mind you, she gave birth that night.
No, the next day or
No,
in the
but
morning.
no, it's that night. But you still gave birth that night.
Okay, whatever.
It still continued. If you would have went home, you had to come right back at. You had her at 2:10.
In the morning, the next day on the 21st.
You would have had to come back in. That's
Whatever.
still
Yeah. So I guess the same day. Whatever. So anyways, I wasn't dilating at all. My contractions were 1 to 3 minutes apart. I did not want an epidural. No, that was my wish. That I did not want an epidural. That I was gonna just go all naturally. But those contractions were so strong that I was like, I can't do it. I need to
crying the
I
whole
want an
time.
epidural.
And let me tell you, man, and I went to sleep. Yo, and I went to sleep. Me, her mom, all day went to sleep. So I heard her crying and stuff. And I peeked my head up.
No, that was when, okay, so when I got the epidural, okay, so when I remember the noise I was making when the contractions, I was like, because those contractions, when they came, it hurt, so you're like trying to breathe and then they go away, and then right next thing you know, a minute later, but I was bouncing on the little peanut ball, and then I was like, you know what, I think I need an epidural. So I kept the process going for a few hours, so I'm proud of myself. Then the anesthesiologist came in and gave me the epidural.
I had to hold her hand.
Yeah.
And I seen her put half the stuff in. They were kind of neat.
It puts pressure on your hips because they put like 2 tubes down your back.
Yeah, and me and her dad were looking at the other nurse, and she was like, hello.
Because she was a nurse in training, so she probably never seen that. So, anyways, then after that, I didn't feel, I could still feel the contractions because it didn't take all the way pain away, so I could still feel the tightening. It wasn't that bad. And then a couple hours later, they came in, they gave me the Pitocin, and that, right after that,
like she got a drop.
I got like a little drop, and 2 minutes later, I was dilated 8 centimeters, and the medicine like wasn't doing anything, so I felt the contractions again. So pretty much, technically, I did go natural, technically, kinda, because I still felt the contractions when I was dilated to 10 centimeters. So then I was 8 centimeters. My dad was asleep. He was knocked out first. Then my dad was asleep. Then my mom had just laid her head down. And next thing you know, as soon as they left, oh my God, I have to push, I have to push. And then my mom's like, no, hold on. They came and they're like, you're only 8 centimeters. You can't push. And I was like, I have to push. Like, you have to hold it. So then the anesthesiologist had to come back in and give me more medicine. But he took like 10 minutes. Well, it felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it felt like forever.
It felt like forever. But my mom said it was only a few minutes. And he gave me the medicine. It took about 2 minutes to kick in. And then I was okay. And then like 2 minutes later after that, the doctor came in and said, because I was like, okay, I feel like I have to push still. Like, I can still feel it. Like, I feel like I have to, it sounds nasty, but they're like, when you feel like you have to poop, even though you have the epidural medicine, that means that it's time to go. So I was like, okay, I feel it now. And then the doctor came in, okay, you're 10 centimeters. Every time you feel a contraction, push.
And I had to hold her legs up. I was like, man.
So it was the nurse on this side and him on this side holding my legs up. And then I also had to hold my legs up because they said the more I lean up, the more it'll help.
I got all that. I got all that.
And my parents were on this side in the back. And so then next thing you know, it only took me 15 minutes. But 26 hours later, and 15 minutes of pushing, Kenza was here.
Kenza was here.
All I know is that experience was painful, and I always said I didn't want another child, but I want another baby. So 4 years, that was so painful that I don't know if I could do it again. That was.
I think after I seen you do that, we shouldn't have known because you up there. I thought you was dying, man.
It's painful. So
a very eventful day. Night.
So for those that want to have baby, think again.
No, but everybody, all the women ain't the same.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Cause my sister went into like she was laughing when she had her little contraction. It's weird.
And some people when they get the epidural, they say they don't feel nothing, but
majority of women feel it all. Seeing it on.
I felt it all. So technically, like, and the nurse kept telling me that my body was producing the contractions on its own.
Yeah.
So I really didn't even need an epidural because I would have, or the medicine, because I would have contracted within the next few minutes after they had given me the medicine. But so technically, I did do it all naturally. My body was working on its own.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, and if they try to give you medicine, don't get medicine unless you really think that unless they tell you need to, because the Pitocin or any medicine makes your contractions like 10 times worse, and it speeds up because it's like dilating you and quick, so it makes your contractions 10 times. He saw on the monitor, they were like whoosh, whoosh, and normally they're like mild,
and then sometimes they say,
and they would last for a while.
Yeah.
So
and sometimes you can feel them after you got
sometimes I couldn't feel them, but other than that, and I kind of regret getting the epidural because now my back's all messed up. But I mean, now we have our little beautiful angel here.
Look here, you can see. Look here, peacefully sleeping. Uh-oh, legs moving.
Someone waking up.
Wakey, ass baby. Yeah, so, yeah, I enjoyed the whole process. They thought I was gonna fall out. I like looking at stuff like that.
I thought he was gonna pass out.
I seen really her little head came out, her coochie and everything.
And yeah, when her head was right, like I had to push. I had to have oxygen because I was gonna pass out every time I kept pushing. So they had me on oxygen, and when her head was right there, when I started crowning and her head was right there, they're like, okay, you gotta hold it, because every time you push and then you stop, if you stop and you don't keep pushing, her head goes back in. So you push and it goes back a little bit. Yeah. So when her head was right there, I just felt my hips like this, like they were like this, and then they were whoosh. And I was like, okay, I can't wait for a contraction. And then whoosh, and then she just came out. And you know, normally people, when the baby comes out, people are crying. I was just like laughing. I was like, oh my god, because I was in shock, so I didn't know like really how to react. So I was just laughing, and then yeah. So it was a beautiful experience, and I enjoyed it when I wasn't in the pain. But
yeah, so at the end of the video, I put the moment she had Kenza in her arms. So yeah,
it was painful. Alright, y'all, so thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment what y'all want to see next, and stay tuned for the next video.
Stay tuned for the next video, because she waking up. We'll see y'all. Peace.
Well, Dad, didn't you see?